Hey Sunshine, this is Mother Mantis. Welcome back to my channel. So, Dorian Pavus is a human mage from the noble bloodline of Tevinter, a realm situated in the north of Thedas and governed by a powerful magocracy. Dorian has a self-confidence that many people would call excessive, but Dorian would say that nothing about him is excessive except maybe his excessively good looks. But once you've gained Dorian's trust, you'll come to know that he's not as self-assured as he seems. He's a man with a high degree of magical ability and a pariah in his own beloved homeland. His upbringing and social status in Tevinter will all come into play because he looks to figure prominently in DragonAge 4. So let's take a look at Dorian. Dorian is charming and confident, and it's said of him that he has a wit, quote, as sharp as any blade, and if some suggest his manner is cocky, it could be attributed to being a powerful mage in a land where mages rule. Dorian would have been the pride of his family had he not opposed everything the Tevinter Imperium has come to stand for. He knows that the views of the Imperium are unlikely to change unless someone of his ability stands up to the system and insists on change. Born into the prestigious House Pavus of Quinaris in the Tevinter Imperium in 911 Dragon, Dorian demonstrated from an early age a flair for magic which made him the envy of his peers. He studied at the Circle of Carastes, but he encountered trouble at the age of 9 after a duel with another Magister's son, which left the other boy badly injured. He was then moved from circle to circle and through private tutoring situations, and each time another incident had him sent home to his family in Quinaris. In desperation, his father sent him to Minrathous to attend a small school run by the Order of Argent, known for their adherence to strict Andrastrian discipline. Dorian disappeared 3 months later. He was found in a drunken stupor at a house of ill repute in the elven slums by the Magister Garion Alexis, who was amused enough by his behavior that he convinced Dorian to return to the Gilded Quarter rather than call the Templars on him. Alexis was impressed by the conversation they had in the carriage and then offered to take him as his apprentice. Dorian was personally tutored at the Alexius estate in Asriel, where he flourished. 4 years later, he became a fully ranked enchanter in the Minrathous Circle. He then split his time between aiding Magister Alexius in his research and partaking in the life of a well-heeled scion. He participated in the lower floor debates of the Circle and attended social functions and balls. And it was during this time his parents began to make increasingly insistent appeals that Dorian should return home to marry the woman to whom he had been betrothed, which he deflected by claiming that he was achieving the rank of senior enchanter, and that was far more important to him than marriage. But Dorian was finally on the path that his parents had envisioned for him. That is, until tragedy struck in Dragon 935. Alexius's wife, Livia Arida, was killed by Darkspawn, and his son Felix was afflicted with the taint. Dorian spent 2 years trying to help Alexis find a cure for his son. After a heated argument in Dragon 937, he left the estate and went back to a life of debauchery, engaging in such excess that the scandal led his family to abduct him from the home of Lord Abrexius and the company of Lord Abrexius' son. He was brought to his family's estate in Quinaris by ship and kept as a prisoner for months. When Dorian finally escaped, he vowed he would never return. The speculation over their disagreement forced Hallward to step down from his position on the Conciliere for the Archon. Dorian spent the next 2 years drifting from one part of the Imperium to the next until he heard about the Inquisition, and he determined that it was the best place from which he could be of assistance, and more importantly, possibly influence events back in Tevinter. And that's how Dorian came to join the Inquisition. He's a potential romance option for a male Inquisitor. If he's not in a relationship with the Inquisitor, Dorian will form a relationship with Iron Bull, which will last well beyond the ending of the events of DragonAge Inquisition and Trespasser, and there's some indication that he and Iron Bull are actually married. In the 2 years after Corypheus' defeat, Dorian will become the official Tevinter ambassador to the Inquisition. Your Inquisitor will encounter him at the Winter Palace, and Dorian will explain to the Inquisitor that his father is now dead, most likely by assassination, and that Dorian has inherited his seat in the Magisterium, meaning that he'll have to depart for the Imperium very shortly, and that departure will be permanent. He also tells you that his friend, Magister Mavis Talani, is making a push for reforms in the Imperium, and that Dorian would like to be part of those reforms. After he returns to Tevinter to take his father's place in the Magisterium, Dorian is spoken of often as a voice of resistance against corruption, all amid rumors of the Imperium's infighting. With Maevaris, he forms a group called the Lucerne, whose goal is to restore and redeem Tevinter. Dorian will give the Inquisitor a sending crystal so that they can communicate. Those fighting at Dorian's side in Tevinter will note that he remains in constant contact with the Inquisitor and that the talks seem to give him the strength to keep fighting. If Dorian and the Inquisitor are lovers, it will be noted that his strength comes from a love that he left behind, and that on occasion the Inquisitor has been seen sneaking into the heart of Tevinter to see Dorian. If he's in a relationship with Bull, the same sort of things happen. It'll be noted that a well-known mercenary protects Dorian and can be seen visiting him whenever possible. Considering the Tevinter setting, it's pretty much a shoo-in that Dorian will return, and I believe that Dorian's going to be available to you, the player, as a companion. I think Dorian's going to be at your side for most of the game. I think he's going to be a companion on most of your missions. I think his story is going to be integral to how Dragon Age 4 plays out. And I am really looking forward to playing with Dorian again. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Dorian will be a companion? Do you think he'll be a background character like an advisor? I'm very curious to know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Cheers.